So, this is the new Nintendo Switch Lite OLED. Nintendo claims this is the ultimate portable experience, the final evolution of the Switch family before we move on to whatever Switch 2 madness is coming next. But after living with this thing for a full week, I found something that the marketing team definitely didn't put on the box, and it completely changed my mind about who this device is actually for. Is it a masterpiece of handheld engineering, or is it just Nintendo trying to sell us the same hardware for the third time? Let's find out. Product overview. Alright, let's set the stage. This is the Nintendo Switch Lite OLED. It's the newest member of the Switch family, released as a mid-cycle refresh for those who strictly play in handheld mode. For years, we've had the standard Lite and the big boy OLED model, but never the two combined, until now. It's aimed squarely at the commuter crowd, students, and anyone who thinks the original OLED model is a bit too bulky for a pair of jeans. It keeps the $249 price point slotting right between the base Lite and the flagship, and promises the same gorgeous panel from the bigger version, but in a shell that actually fits in your life. Performance. Okay, specs are one thing, but how does it actually feel to use? Here's the thing, the internals haven't changed. We're still looking at the same Tegra X1 chip, so if you were expecting 4K upscaling or a massive frame rate boost, I hate to break it to you, but that's not what this is. However, don't let that discourage you. I use this for everything, from a 3-hour flight playing Metroid Dread to quick rounds of Mario Kart in the coffee shop line. Because the screen is smaller but maintains that 720p resolution, the pixel density is actually higher than the larger OLED model. Everything looks incredibly sharp. The performance feels snappier purely because the visual feedback is so much better. Blacks are deep, the contrast is infinite, and there's zero motion blur compared to the old LCD Lite. It feels like playing your favorite games with a fresh pair of glasses on. I didn't notice any lag that wasn't already present on the original Switch, and for a device this small, the heat management remains surprisingly solid. Features and tech. Let's talk about a few key features that actually matter. First up, obviously, is that OLED panel. This isn't just a marketing buzzword. On an OLED, each pixel is its own light source, so when you're playing a dark game like Hollow Knight, the black parts of the screen are actually off. This makes the colors pop in a way that's hard to describe until you see it in person. It's a game changer when you're playing in bright environments or outside where the old Lite used to struggle with glare. Next, Nintendo finally updated the internal storage. We're looking at 64 gigabytes out of the box instead of the measly 32 gigabytes on the original Lite. It's still not huge, you're still going to want a micro SD card, but it's enough to hold a few AAA titles like Zelda and Smash without getting that storage full notification on day one. Third, the Wi-Fi chip. Nintendo quietly improved the wireless antenna here. I noticed much more stable connections during Splatoon 3 matches compared to my launch day Lite. If you play online, this is a subtle but massive quality of life win. Design and build. Aesthetically, Nintendo knocked it out of the park. It's made of a slightly more textured polycarbonate than the original, which feels super premium and thankfully hides fingerprints way better than the glossy Pro models. It's light, like forget it's in your backpack light. The ergonomics are still the best in the lineup for long sessions because your hands don't get fatigued from the weight. My only gripe, I was really hoping for Hall effect joysticks to finally kill Joy-Con drift forever, but Nintendo stuck to the classic sticks. They feel great now, but only time will tell if they hold up. Battery life. Now usually a brighter screen means worse battery, right? Surprisingly, no. Because OLED is more efficient with power, I was getting about 4.5 to 7 hours of playtime. That's roughly a 15 to 20% improvement over the original Lite. It's the difference between needing a power bank on a cross-country flight and making it to the hotel with 10% to spare. Pros. It's the Goldilocks size. Not too big, not too small. Noted improvement that makes it a true travel companion. Feels like a high-end piece of tech, not a toy. Cons. You still can't dock this to a TV. The specter of Joy-Con drift still haunts us. Final verdict. Look, if you already own the big Switch OLED and you mostly play on your TV, this is a tough sell. You're paying for a screen you already have, just smaller. But if you're a commuter, a student, or someone who finds the standard Switch too heavy for comfortable handheld play, this is an absolute no-brainer. It is quite simply the best dedicated handheld Nintendo has ever made. If you're still rocking the original 2019 Lite with the fading screen and the drifting sticks, this is the upgrade you've been waiting for. It breathes new life into a library of games we've been playing for years. For $250, it's the most premium budget experience in gaming right now. So, that's my take on the Nintendo Switch Lite OLED, but I want to know what you think. Are you finally ready to upgrade, or are you holding out for the Switch 2 next year? Let me know in the comments below. I try to read as many as I can. And if you found this review helpful, a simple thumbs up would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe for more honest tech reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.